Welcome back, Gaming for XP. Doug Meat and I are at Starlight driving. There you go. How are you, fella? So you might notice there's a whole lot of building materials just lying around. I wanted to do a build today using a mod that I use quite a bit and absolutely love, but I haven't really highlighted it much. So it's the Thematic and Practical app. Sorry, mod. Keep calling it an app today. I don't know why. And it has these really nice foundation pieces and floor pieces. So I've been watching some other YouTubers who had been doing some builds here and doing some really nice stuff, and I thought I would build something and see what happens. Now, what I decided to make is this kind of tribal hut configuration. And I'm still not convinced which faction it's for. But anyway, you'll see as the build goes on. So we'll just make a foundation with these pieces. Now, for some reason the last one won't fit in, so I'll just put a floor piece in to get out because I'm trapped. And we'll just put that back where it belongs, just see which right way around and just slot it in there. Okay, cool. Nice. These wall pieces are the big ones here, the fourth one along. I had been doing a practice run, so I just left them here rather than show you me pulling these out and chucking them up. There is only 3 in the tab though. That's the one thing that I would like to see more of these walls because they're pretty cool. They're quite different looking, and it does. I love to have different building materials and you can mix and match them. So we'll just put the walls in there. You can see it's a kind of hexagonal shape, and please don't, give me a hard time if I've got that wrong. Okay, just put them in here. I'm going to leave one piece open for the doorway, probably there, I would think. Yep. Something happens here where it doesn't snap properly, but I'll fix that in a sec. Yep. Door piece will go there. Yep. Fantastic. Just fix this last piece up. Okay. So I did have an idea for this where I was going to have a little walkway and then have another platform running off it, but I decided not to do that at this point. Just want to basically show this build and how it all comes about, and then let your mind run wild. With this build I'm not going to fully show you everything, because what I thought I would do is give you the basic structure and then throw a challenge out to everyone in the community to build, to use these tools and just see what you can come up with. So I'm only going to show you so much of the build here today. The main structure, and then we will do the decoration and show the final tour. So these are floor pieces, which I'll make a couple of layers on here. So that's the kind of inside roof. I'm going to be very careful here as I go around that I don't fall through that big gap in the floor. One of the ideas I did have is to have a layer below, or a level below, and I end up not going that way. But certainly there was enough room, and this is something that occurred to me much later, that there would have been enough room for a layer below too, down there. So put the floor pieces in, using these floor pieces to start with, just to get the centre sorted out, and I probably should have done that before I put the roof on, but never mind. And then there are these triangular pieces that fit in very nicely just to fill in the gaps. So as you can see, these are quite different materials than you've probably been used to seeing, and I like them a lot for that very reason, that they're different. Yeah, that wants to go in there, but it just takes its time. You could of course use the plywood flooring there too, just to block up that gap. It just depends what you want to use. Last one in. Takes a little bit persuading, this one, but eventually it'll go in. There we go. Beautiful. So there's the floor, there's the roof, inner roof on. And now what I wanted to do is raise the roof in the center there just a little bit higher. So I'm now looking for a certain piece in here. Here we go. Which will, a slightly different railing. So just having a look what's available. And they snap nicely up there. Here we go. All the way around. There we go. Excellent. Done. So now what you have to do is, if you go into the roof tab, which I know we'll put the final walls in here. Now for some reason, because this isn't a full wall, and you can see it's in 3 sections, you will have some issues snapping. It will go in, just persist. So try and do the sides first, and then I'll put the doorway in just like that. Now with the doorway, I'm not going to put a door in there. I think in the tribal hut you probably wouldn't have a door in there. And just put a different wall in there just to make it a little bit different. So you can see now this platform doesn't quite line up with the door, and for some reason it now won't snap. And I have no idea why, but it does prompt me to look for another solution. Yep, so scrap that. Let's go back to these bridges and put maybe a different one in. And as you can see, this isn't an overly complicated build. Learning to play with some of these pieces is the way that they snap together. As always, when you're using a new mod, can be an issue, but once you figure it out, it's all good. Now this will change, but for now I'm going to put it in. And you can see again, for some reason it doesn't want to snap flush with that door, so I'll put it in. I'll convince it to go in for now, and just always click and unclick on it just to make sure it's not shimmering. And again, I'm thinking about maybe playing with these, but I'll just put one of these in for now because they snap together quite nicely. There we go. And I'm going to persist with this. Yes, it will click into there. But I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to put this in. And this doorway does, this series does change, but just to get inside for now, I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, so to put that central roof in, and you will have to somehow glitch the first piece in here if you go with this roof. And I'll show you. Because for some reason, so we have these triangular pieces, for some reason it will click to the bottom there, but it won't click where I want it to click. So I want it to go up there. So you're going to have to glitch it in somehow to start with, but you only have to do the first piece, and then everything will just clip into each other. Here we go. There we go. There you go, and it makes I think it makes a really nice look, and it sells the real feel of a tribal hut. There we go. So far so good. I like the look of this. I think some of the things that I didn't like about it is that in the end there's not a lot of contrast in it, and you'll see, I'll show you that a little bit later, but for now I like that kind of roundhouse tribal hut feel about it. There we go. So I think what I will do next is potentially just put a platform there. I'm not happy with the doorway, that kind of main area for the doorway, so I'm going to change it slightly. And I make a rookie mistake here by just checking whether that will snap to there, which it does, which is good. was thinking there, but anyway, never mind. And what I end up doing is I end up taking a section of this out because I feel it's just a little bit too long. So now we need to put some supports in, and again these are great. These supports here, they click straight into place, beautiful. I think we probably need to extend that a little bit further. Looking to put some kind of railing system on for now, just see how it looks. Yep. Okay, for now that's okay. I will change that a little bit later. So I'm thinking about what I'm going to do next, obviously. And everybody knows I just run in and out like a demented chicken. So I had an idea for this roof here, which I wanted to put kind of outside of the doorway. But just for some reason doesn't look right, and this is where I think I'd just figure out that probably if I'm going to do that I'm going to need to extend this part a little bit, so I'll move the supports across a bit. What I don't realise here is I've put the wrong floor piece in, and hence why it's not going to click in there for some reason. So again, still I'm going to convince it for now. I'll come back and fix that at towards the end of the build to see if that I can match that up. See, that's just won't snap into place. I want it actually over the door there. Anyway, I end up scrapping this. I end up not using it. Often some ideas that you have just don't work, so put that there, that's it. And one more on there, so it just looks all nice and consistent. Okay, so we're making good progress, lots of little details to think about, and I think fairly shortly we will give you some building music to be going on with. So, you know, this is just a series of walls and fences and junk walls, so I thought not real exciting and takes a while and can be a bit fiddly. Try the wire fences in here. I realise fairly quickly that it's for the overall look that I'm going for. It's not going to work, or at least I don't like it. You may like it, but I certainly don't, because you can still see the underneath. So I'm looking at the junk fences now. Just put one of those in, just see what it looks like. See if it'll work. Have a look. Yeah, it's a much better option, I think. And this is the thing when you're building, just try things. See how they look. Mix the textures up. What ultimately happens, of course, is that there's too much wood, I think. But anyway, why don't we some music? welcome back. I got all the fencing underneath done, and you see I've tried to vary it up as much as possible. So you can see now there's a floor piece missing there, which I missed before. So I'll just fix that up. Yeah. We just take that out. Of course we've got to take everything out pretty much to get this to come in, to sit in. But that's building for you. Build order. You might have heard that once or twice before. Yeah, just chuck that over there. And we've had a whole day of building. As you can see, it's getting quite late in the afternoon. Beautiful bit of hue there. Nice pinky, reddy, orangey glow starting to set in all across the Commonwealth. Very atmospheric. Right there. So these are great. These supports are fantastic. Snap right in there. There we go. Cool. Just about there, I think. Let's just jump back and have a look. Yep, it's looking okay. There we go. Just shorten that a little bit. And here's the tour. So like I said, I didn't want to show you the decoration. I wanted you to potentially, a couple of questions. Who do you think lives here? I'm kind of torn between super mutants or raiders. Please leave a comment below who you think lives here. And also, I'd love to see you try one of these builds and send me some either videos or pics of what you end up doing. So here's the tour. Let's go in. There's a little decorative piece with heads and giddy up and all kinds of stuff there. Here's the main hut. Something in the pot cooking. Oh, that fire's fantastic. Feel the warmth. Nice. And I tried to keep it, I have increased the brightness of this video, but I wanted to keep it down a little bit low because it is night time. And it has a certain feel about it. So some nice cuts of meat there, various things for us to eat when we cook them up. Somebody's been busy, and that's the slicing things up. And I think this is almost a throne for the leader of whoever lives here, whether it be the raiders or somebody else. Just see what he's got lying around. There's a cap stash there, and some recreational stuff. Oh, it's so warm in here. Lovely and cozy. Ah, somebody's been playing checkers. Lots of pot caps and various things lying around that you would probably expect to see in here. And some probably that you wouldn't. They have a chem station in there, as you can see. And they're certainly cooking something up. Nice little place to sit around and have a chat. Maybe a little bit of a drink. So let's have a go on outside and have a look at what's going on outside. Hello, dog mate. Well, so some skins drying. And because it's Starlight, I thought I'd put some tyres and cars in there. Some great little walls that I've found through vanilla extensions. Go check them out. And just a whole lot of things that might be lying around. See that vehicle is inside there. And what I ended up doing is putting an upper level on this, basically as a guard area. So let's go up and have a look at that now. It's whoever lives here, I really wouldn't want to mess with them. It's it's pretty heavily fortified. So I really wanted a bit of a scrappy look about this. You know, I love these lights. Come from the Mechanist's lair, I guess. Kind of feel about them. I really wanted that scrappy look. So there's a lot of junk lying around. Really wanted to make it look fairly authentic, that it would be built by and very tribal. But oh, it's so warm, nice, warm my hands. That's it. So lots of things. Lots of little details up here. Want to post a letter, just leave a letter there. So that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this build. It was completely different to what I'm used to doing. Took me a little bit outside my comfort zone, gave me a few challenges building it. The overall look, I think, I don't know, I'm still not convinced about it, but I'd love to see what you could come up with. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.